For most of history, money was not metal, paper, or digital numbers flashing on modern screens. Long before coins existed, entire civilizations trusted value rooted in belief rather than material hardness. One ancient society built its economy around something unexpected, fragile, agricultural, and deeply symbolic. That society was the Maya, and their currency came from a bitter seed, not a mine. To them, cacao was never candy. It represented power, ritual authority, and social hierarchy. Cacao carried meaning long before it carried price, and that distinction mattered deeply. In my opinion, this is where most people misunderstand how money actually begins. Money does not start as currency. It starts as trust shared by a population. The Maya thrived across southern Mexico and Central America during centuries of remarkable sophistication. Their cities housed tens of thousands, supported by logistics, without animals, wheels, or metal tools. These were not ceremonial villages, but complex urban systems requiring constant economic coordination. You cannot sustain cities like Tikal or Copan without reliable systems of exchange. Markets were daily institutions, not seasonal events, and they were regulated carefully. Farmers, artisans, merchants, and elites negotiated prices openly in central plazas. That kind of economy demands a shared unit of value everyone accepts. Instead of inventing coins, the Maya formalized something already universally respected. Cacao already symbolized wealth, divine connection, and elite status across Maya society. Because people believed in cacao, it naturally became exchangeable beyond rituals. Archaeological evidence shows beans were counted, bundled, and stored with standardized quantities. Tribute lists and records describe cacao used for taxes, wages, and fines. At that point, cacao stopped being symbolic and became functional money. Everyday purchases relied on cacao beans as a medium of exchange. Laborers were paid with cacao, proving it circulated through all social levels. We even know prices, which is rare for ancient economies. A rabbit cost roughly 10 beans, while a turkey required about 100. Cotton clothing ranged between 20 and 25 beans, depending on quality. Stone tools could cost only a few beans, showing divisibility mattered. This was not barter. It was a currency system based on consensus. Barter requires coincidence, but money functions through shared belief. What fascinates me is how modern this system actually feels. Like all currencies, cacao faced problems we still recognize today. Because it was agricultural, supply depended entirely on climate and harvest success. A bad growing season could instantly reduce the available money supply. In modern terms, that would create a sudden liquidity crisis. Cacao could rot, mold, or be destroyed, making storage risky. Yet that perishability forced circulation rather than hoarding. In some ways, it behaved more like modern fiat than commodities. The Maya also used multiple layers of value, not just cacao beans. Textiles like cotton mantles handled larger transactions and regional trade. Luxury items stored long-term wealth and political capital. This three-tier system allowed flexibility across all economic levels. Most people miss how advanced that structure truly was. Like modern systems, the Maya economy faced counterfeiting problems. Some individuals hollowed cacao beans and filled them with dirt. Markets responded with quality controls to maintain trust. Fraud exists wherever money exists, regardless of century. Inflation also existed, driven by geography and agricultural control. Cacao only grew in specific humid regions with precise conditions. Cities controlling plantations effectively controlled monetary supply. Losing those regions meant economic instability and political vulnerability. Wars were fought not only for land, but financial survival. Control the cacao, and you controlled trade, wages, and loyalty. In my view, this mirrors modern resource-based geopolitics perfectly. Oil, lithium, and semiconductors play similar roles today. To move cacao, the Maya relied on professional merchant networks. These traders managed supply chains, risk, and political relationships. They carried information as much as goods across regions, replace footpaths with shipping lanes, and the system feels familiar. What amazes me is how resilient this fragile system remained. A perishable currency still sustained centuries of economic activity. Cacao discouraged long-term hoarding and encouraged constant circulation. That circulation stabilized markets despite environmental risks. Eventually, environmental stress and political fragmentation weakened Maya states. Yet cacao continued functioning as money even after collapse. Later civilizations adopted and expanded this cacao-based system. The deeper lesson here extends far beyond ancient history. Money is not objects, it is shared belief made visible. Every system relies on agreement that value will persist tomorrow. When trust breaks, currencies fail regardless of technology. The Maya understood this long before modern economics existed. They also reveal the danger of resource-dependent money systems. Climate shifts altered their inflation just as energy shocks alter ours. Their fraud came from fake beans. Ours comes from manipulation. Their inequality emerged from elite control of monetary resources. Ours does the same, just with different tools. Strip away time, and the economic mechanics remain identical. Money creates power structures, incentives, and vulnerabilities. Civilizations rise when confidence is stable and collapse when it breaks. That truth applies whether currency is cacao or digital code. Value is an agreement, not a physical fact. Societies survive by understanding how fragile that agreement truly is. The Maya built institutions around belief, not metal. Their economy thrived because trust circulated alongside goods. When trust weakened, political systems followed. History shows money always reflects the society using it. Understanding money means understanding human behavior. This story is not ancient trivia, it is a warning. Ignore how value works, and systems eventually fail. Learn from history, or history will repeat itself brutally. If this changed how you see money, subscribe for more insights.